Ayrton Senna, beyond speed, beyond time. Ayrton Senna da Silva was not just a Formula One driver. He was a force of nature, a philosopher at 300 km/h, and for millions of people around the world, a symbol of purity, courage, and transcendence. More than 3 decades after his death, his name still echoes through racetracks, living rooms, and hearts. To understand Ayrton Senna is not simply to recount victories and championships, but to explore the soul of a man who believed racing was a spiritual calling. Early life. A child who felt the machine. Ayrton Senna was born on March 21, 1960 in Sao Paulo, Brazil, into a well-off family. From the outside, his childhood appeared comfortable, even privileged. But inside Ayrton lived something different, an intense sensitivity and an early obsession with movement, control, and perfection. At the age of 4, he was already driving a small go-kart built by his father. What shocked adults was not his speed, but his focus. Ayrton didn't drive to play, he drove to understand. He felt machines, listened to them, respected them. By his teenage years, karting was no longer a hobby. It was destiny. He won multiple karting championships in Brazil and internationally, yet even then he showed traits that would define him forever. Discipline, emotional intensity, and an almost painful honesty with himself. He once said, "I have no idols. I admire work, dedication, and competence. Europe and the hunger to prove himself." In the early 1980s, Senna moved to Europe to race in Formula Ford and Formula 3. This was where his legend truly began. In 1983, he dominated the British Formula 3 Championship, winning 12 races in a single season. Team owners and engineers were stunned. Senna wasn't just fast, he was relentless. He demanded perfection from himself and from those around him. That same year, he tested for several Formula One teams. During a wet test at Donington Park, Senna lapped faster than established F1 drivers. McLaren, Williams, Brabham, they all noticed. But Senna chose Toleman, a small and underfunded team. It was a decision driven not by comfort but by opportunity. Formula One debut, the rain prophet in 1984, Ayrton Senna entered Formula One. The world first truly saw him at the Monaco Grand Prix in torrential rain. Driving an inferior car, Senna carved through the field like a man possessed. He was catching race leader Alain Prost at an alarming rate before the race was controversially stopped. That day, the paddock understood. This was not a normal rookie. Rain became Senna's element. He didn't fight it, he merged with it. His car danced where others struggled. Mechanics said it was as if Senna could see grip where none existed. From that moment on, he was known as the Rainmaster. Rivalries: Senna versus Prost on fire and ice. Senna joined McLaren in 1988 alongside Alain Prost. What followed was one of the most intense rivalries in sports history. Prost was calculating, political, and precise. Senna was emotional, spiritual, and uncompromising. Together, they dominated Formula One, but at a cost. Their clashes were not only physical, but philosophical. Senna believed racing should be pure. Prost believed racing was strategy. The collisions at Suzuka in 1989 and 1990 became legendary and controversial. Critics accused Senna of recklessness. Supporters saw a man who refused to yield his truth. Senna later admitted, "When you are on the limit, you must accept that something may happen." Championship and transcendence: Senna won 3 Formula One World Championships in 1988, 1990, and 1991, but numbers never defined him. What defined Senna were moments, pole laps driven beyond human logic, victories achieved with broken gearboxes, qualifying laps that left engineers speechless. In 1991, he won his home Grand Prix in Brazil, stuck in 6th gear, exhausted and in pain. He could barely lift the trophy. That victory broke him emotionally. He cried uncontrollably. Because for Senna, racing was not about glory, it was about truth, faith, philosophy, and the inner world. Ayrton Senna was deeply spiritual. He read the Bible daily. He believed God spoke through moments of clarity and danger. He often described a sensation where he felt outside himself while driving, a state of flow so intense it felt supernatural. At Monaco in 1988, during qualifying, he drove faster than he believed possible. Later, he said, "I suddenly realized that I was no longer driving the car consciously. I was driving it by a kind of instinct." This scared him, not because of danger, but because he felt he had touched something beyond. Senna believed talent was a gift that came with responsibility. Quietly, he supported children's charities in Brazil, never seeking recognition. After his death, his family founded the Instituto Ayrton Senna, which has since helped millions of underprivileged children through education. William in the final season. In 1994, Senna joined Williams, the most dominant team of the era. Ironically, the car he received was unstable, difficult, and dangerous. He struggled, he pushed harder. During the San Marino Grand Prix weekend, tragedy struck repeatedly. Roland Ratzenberger was killed during qualifying. Senna was shaken. He considered leaving the sport. But on May 1, 1994, during the race at Imola, Ayrton Senna's car left the track at Tamburello Corner and struck a concrete wall. He died at the age of 34. The world stopped. The day Formula One changed forever. Senna's death was not just a loss, it was a reckoning. Millions mourned. Brazil fell silent. His funeral was broadcast live, attended by presidents, rivals, and fans. Formula One was forced to confront its own dangers. Massive safety reforms followed. Better crash structures, improved helmets, safer circuits, the HANS device. Because of Senna, countless lives were saved. The HANS device, safety changed forever. In 1994, Formula One was fast but not yet safe enough. The HANS device, mod head and neck support, did not exist in Formula One when Ayrton Senna raced. This safety system is designed to prevent fatal head and neck injuries, especially basilar skull fractures, by limiting how far the driver's head can move forward during a crash. The device rests on the driver's shoulders, secured by the seat belts with strong tethers connecting it to the helmet. In a frontal impact, it can reduce neck tension by over 80%. Although early prototypes existed in the 1980s, they were not mandatory. The tragic deaths of Roland Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna in 1994, followed years later by Dale Earnhardt in 2001, changed motorsport forever. By 2003, the HANS device became mandatory in Formula One. By 2005, it was required across NASCAR and most major racing categories. Today, modern versions like the HANS V4 are lighter, more comfortable, and provide protection even in rear-end collisions. Many experts agree that due to the extreme and unique nature of the object that struck Senna's helmet, the HANS device may not have saved him. But what is certain is this: it has saved countless drivers since. Ayrton Senna didn't just race for victory. He unknowingly helped race toward a safer future. Legacy: why Senna still matters. Ayrton Senna remains relevant not because of nostalgia, but because of integrity. In a world increasingly driven by image, Senna stood for essence. In a sport of politics, he stood for purity. In a life of speed, he searched for meaning. Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, and many modern drivers openly say they race because of Senna. Statues, films, documentaries, none fully capture him. Because Senna was not meant to be explained. He was meant to be felt. His final words. Ayrton Senna once said, "If you no longer go for a gap that exists, you are no longer a racing driver." But perhaps his true message was deeper. Go for your truth, go for your calling, even if it costs everything. Because legends don't live long, they live forever. Thank you for watching. If Ayrton Senna's story touched your heart, leave a like to honor his legacy. Please subscribe for more real stories, legends, and moments that changed history forever. Because some legends never die. They live on through us.